Welcome to All About the Experiences. I am super stoked today because we have some special guests in the building. I have to tell you, this is the 27th episode of All About the Experiences. And one of the things that I always talk about is that I meet and I have such a unique plethora of different friends and acquaintances, and I have to say, family as well. And today is no different. Today, I have the pleasure of having Howie T and Big DZ here in my studio, which is technically in my home, if you will, but they're here with me and they're here to talk about several different things we're going to get into. But as per the norm, I got to let you know who we're going to be talking to. So let me start off by saying that Howie T and Big DZ are an electrifying hip hop and R&B dynamic duo with an infectious sound full of a complete realism. And let's face it, we need that right now more than ever. Their unique blend of socially conscious optimism, spiritual modern lyricism, it creates a collaboration of soulful R&B, raw lyrics, and truly rendering the essence of what true hip hop is all about. They have a total of 6 albums between the two of them, 3 of which are under the collaboration of Chris Leon to her. The latest collaboration is entitled Beautiful Muzik Baby, which drops Valentine's Day weekend 2021. And guess what? That's right now. The dynamic duo was born and raised in Kankakee, Illinois, A.K.A. the Keez. They honed their musical skills while growing up in a very spiritual environment. They give true meaning to being the sons of a preacher man. Their musical talents were recognized early on, and their love of secular music often was discouraged, but there would be no denying the mix of genres of music that inspired them, from gospel to soul to jazz, hip hop, and R&B. They would eventually create their own unique sound. The artistic way that Howie T infuses gospel, R&B, and soul and hip hop into his vocal arrangements, while complementing Big DZ's cosmic ability to draw you in a lyrical precision and masterful vocal output, they create what can only be considered an absolute musical genius bonded by their special brotherhood. Without further ado, I welcome what is known as Chris Leon to her, but to my heart, Howie T and also Big DZ. Welcome to the platform. I'm so excited to have both of you at All About the Experiences. Welcome.
All
What's
about the experience.
Hey.
Hey, all I know is with
What's
that type of
good?
intro, you gonna be on my campaign if I run for president.
I got you.
Man.
DZ for president. I love it.
I'm gonna be the senator of Georgia.
The word she used, I can't even pronounce.
Well, I'm here for it. And let's say this is truly the essence of who both of you are. And, I'm very fortunate. I always say this about my platform is that I'm very fortunate about the people who are in my life. You never know. Obviously, in families, you're brought together by blood and marriage and all those kind of things. But also those relationships that you foster. And I have to tell you, when I'm looking online, I do, even when it's family, I do my research.
Right.
I have to say that, there's a lot of people that are fully in support of everything that you all are doing. You guys, I'm a little biased, but you come from great stock, great family.
Absolutely.
And
Indeed.
it shows in your music and it shows in your lifestyle. So we'll get into all of that. But first and foremost, let's start off. Howie T, you let us know. Who are you? Where'd you come from? Tell us about the Keez. Let's get into it.
Get into it.
Man, get into it. Man, who am I? I am a son of a beautiful mother, Christian saved mother. I'm a son of a wonderful spiritual father. Most would probably say I'm a prodigal son, but I'm just a product of the environment. That's all it is. I am from Kankakee, Illinois, K3, Killer Keez, Keez all day. It's all I represent. I was born and raised. It's not where you're from, it's where you're at. But in our case, it's always where you're from. I represent the Keys forever. I'm never, most people move away from their hometowns and their little cities and their little towns or wherever, however you look at it. And the first thing they do is, oh, I'm from here. Nah. Forever and a day, I'm from Kankakee. All day. Good or bad. I rep the Keys all day, every day. I am an R&B vocalist. I am an R&B lyricist. I am a R&B hip hop specialist. I am everything R&B, but I put so much flavor to it and flavor behind it that, you really don't, sometimes you probably don't even have an understanding of where is he really coming from. But you keep listening to me, you'll figure that out. Trust me, it's not hard. You just got to pay attention. I'm one of those people you got to listen to multiple times before you say, got it. And that's exactly what I shoot for that I shoot for that all the time.
Okay, well, that is quite the intro and I love it. It definitely is very telling and tells us a lot of where you're coming from. But I also have to ask DZ, Big DZ, give us a little taste of what that is as well.
Well, just to piggyback off bruh, I rep Kankakee to the fullest. Most people say they're from Illinois and they say Chicago just because it's so familiar, but I say Kankakee all day. Small town, whatever, no matter where I go, small town, but big ideas, big hearts. So I feel like we can go anywhere and be just as great. But some people, they get caught with the dark cloud, but hey, it is what it is. But me personally, like he said, came from a good Christian background. Father's a pastor, mother, first lady of the church, whatever. We had strong morals and, values in the household. And I think a lot of people hear that in our music, that church kind of sound in there, but, we came up in a crazy environment. So, with both those added to it, we came up with this sound. So I saw both sides of the fences, you know what I'm saying? So one of them dudes who wasn't really a street dude, but in the streets. So, I never really mixed those, try to be something I'm not. I always been a cool, laid back, and I stood to those values that my father always taught me and my mother always taught me. But yeah, pretty much the same thing. Chill, laid back dude. I'm one of the coolest you'll ever meet. That's what I always hear. So that's what I always say. So it is what it is until it's the opposite.
I have to say I'm definitely biased in that regard, but everything that these gentlemen are speaking is all truth, and I'm here to back that up and put my stamp on it. Absolutely. I have to tell you, it's kind of one of those things where your cousin Dominic told me about your music and that you guys are like lyrical lyricists and geniuses when it comes to music. And people know this about me. I can't really sing, but I still sing. I sing for Jesus. I belt what I can. I do what I can, and I'm not embarrassed easily. So with that being said, one of the things that Dominic has told me in the past is that, being in the church choir, you got to be able to sing. And right. I know that you all have those skills and whatnot, but
depends on the church, though.
This is true. I heard this.
Some churches don't have tryouts.
Absolutely. Look, I get it. You got to start somewhere, right?
Right. You got to start somewhere.
You got to be able to start somewhere, for sure. But one of the things that comes to mind when I think about music and hip hop and the essence of, culturally what that means for us. And I have to tell you, when I first got introduced to your music, much like others, I've seen you on social media. And of course, I have the inside track because, we're family. We have that connection as well. Absolutely. But I was just like, well, let me listen. What is this music all about? And I'm like, I have to tell you, there's been times that I've had friends in my car and, I have my Apple playlist going, which by the way, everyone, you can find them on Apple and we'll get into that. They're everywhere. Let me just say that. But I was listening to my Apple playlist. Oh, yeah. One of my faves is Ron Burgundy that came on and my girl was like, that knocks. I was just like, I know. And they were like, who is that? And I was just like, those are my cousins. And I'm like, I say it with pride, but I also say it from the standpoint of that's good music. It's
Yeah.
good music. And it's like, when you think about if someone with virgin ears is hearing it and they're like, okay, who is that? I need to download that. And of course, I'm always plugging you guys whenever I get the opportunity. Then
Appreciate
what that
it.
speaks to me,
Appreciate it.
I'm telling you, what that says to me though is that it's good music and it's music that people want to hear, and we need to get it out there. And so that's part of the reason why I was so thankful and I'm so blessed that you all decided to come on my platform, because you guys
Yeah.
have new music dropping. This is Valentine's Day weekend.
Yes, we do.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Beautiful Muzik Baby.
Let's talk about it.
Valentine's Day weekend. February 12th is the actual day. That's that Friday. So that's going to lead you up until the actual day of Valentine's, which is that Sunday, the 14th. Hey, it's all the way live. I'm telling you, popping in, you and your girl have a good time.
Awesome. And that's called Beautiful Muzik Baby.
Beautiful Muzik Baby. Chris Leon to her.
That's what's
All
up.
day.
So let's
Her
talk
being
about this
hip-hop.
project. Oh, go right ahead. Go right ahead, Howie.
No, I was just saying her being hip hop.
Yeah, her being hip hop.
See, now us ladies think her is her, but now we understand it's actually hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hip
You know,
hop
we can
is a
have a
girl.
double entendre.
Hip hop
Right.
is a girl.
Yes, sir.
So I obviously, since hip hop is a girl and she's the essence of that woman representative, tell me what it is about this particular project that inspired you both so much that you guys have collaborated once again. And what I love about you all is the brotherhood that exists, and you guys play off of each other so well musically and lyrically and everything. But let's talk about this project. Tell me some of the songs. Let me know how you even came up with the idea and what it means, what the meaning is behind this album.
Howie, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll knock it out. This
I mean, we go back and
basically,
forth.
you know, yeah, this basically concept came from a lot of thought. We were sitting back trying to figure out what direction to go now, because we got, you know, this is our third album as far as collaborative. So first album, you know, people listen, people don't listen. You know, they second album they really started gravitating and, you know, shaking their heads a little bit as far as, okay, I see y'all really okay, that type of deal. And so this one, it has a little bit more meaning behind it, you know, figuratively speaking, because of what's going on in our society, what's going on in the world, what's going on in everyday life. It's today is definitely not the same as it was 2 years ago, or, you know, a year ago, and a lot of things have happened. You know, police killings and brutality, and the pandemic, and the shaking up of government situations and day-to-day life for just basic, average, everyday all Americans. You know, so it was one of those things where we sat down and was like, okay, what can we inspire the people to listen to that's not going, you know, be one-sided, but give them a whole multitude of things to really listen to and understand where we're coming from, but yet have a great soulful feeling of what they just heard and what they listened to take back. One of our things is, you know, we don't get you through the weekend. We get you through the week. You know, we don't do music for the weekend. You know, that's, you know, you want to party, hop, jump, you know, that's for them. They do that, go get that. But we get you through the week, because that's 5 days that you need something that's going to really tie into your soul. That's going to really get you through that moment that you know, you don't know where you turn into, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what's going on. You need that music and that sound that's going to give you like, you know what, you know, let me go home and sip on something right quick and just chill and listen to these dudes and calm down, because, you know, the weekend is just for, you know, it's a stress reliever to get off your back. But come Monday morning, you got to have something to really, you know, get you ready for the next 4 days. So
Theme music.
We figured out a pattern and a path to follow for this album, to give the people exactly what we think, you know, from our hearts and our minds, and what we felt that they really needed to hear and really would enjoy hearing. So we came up with Beautiful Muzik Baby. it's you know, what way to kick off an album and kick off a whole, you know, statement, you know, in song by just, you know, who don't want to, you know, first off, I tell you, beautiful music, baby, your eye gonna twitch. You know, your face gonna scrunch up. You're gonna be like, okay, what's that about? That's exactly that's what we're looking for. We want you to be able to say, okay, what's that about? And once you start listening, you'll be like, oh, it's beautiful music, baby. Indeed.
Can you tell us some of the songs that you have on this album and what is your favorite?
Oh yeah, bro, you got that one.
Oh, well, 3. I love the intro.
Okay.
3, I'm gonna have to say Vowel, which will be the video coming out soon and the single. Pretty Ugly Tale. Pretty Ugly Tale is about a tale about a female, and from a male's perspective and from the female's perspective, you know, about relationships and, you know, stuff we go through day to day. We're just telling a story, kind of like a story mode, some Slick Rick type stuff.
Okay. Like children's story, but a story about relationships.
Yeah, it's like basically, and it's a crazy story. That's why it's called a pretty ugly tale, because it's pretty ugly. Yeah. Yeah. It's a song called Love Up. That's different for us, kind of with a little pop type of bounce to it, I think, and a little step type of bounce to it. So I think people are gonna look at that like, oh, okay, that's different. They coming like this. So yeah, we always want to throw something surprising in there, like one of Bad Mama Jam, I think, is one of your favorites.
Like,
you know,
literally,
like
that is like my favorite. When I tell you, when I get in the car and like, I know everybody thinks like, do you have that like queued up all the time? I'm like, good music comes in, and you know, I love that. I love when you have that one song, but I think just from not only lyrically, but also like musically, and then just that feel good. I'm like, you know,
absolutely,
I feel it.
Yeah, you gotta feel it. Like, you know, it makes you come out your shell a little bit when the music is right, and that's the type of music we want to make. You know, we want to bone touching music. You know what I mean? So you're gonna move regardless if you don't even think you know these people or nothing. That music gonna do it for you. So we real particular about our beat selections. So, I mean, people don't even know the type of man hours that we put in.
In Bad Mama Jamma, it has like a whole orchestra, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? And it transports you. And like, I have to tell you, like, even though I can't sing, I'm not a music major, but I grew up in a musical family. Unfortunately, I didn't get that. I have other talents, but music wasn't one of them. But with that being said, facts. But the one good thing is that I feel connected and I transport through, you know, believe it or not, I was very fortunate that my mother encouraged us girls, like when we were doing our homework, to listen to classical music. And a lot of classical music, believe it or not, hip hop it's in there. It's all intertwined.
Yeah.
And I feel that.
Believe that. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, hip hop is in everything, man. I mean, no, that's why it's like the biggest of the world. Like, everybody wants to be a part of hip hop. It's like gumbo, you know what I mean? Because you got like everything mixed in it, and you know. But continue on the list. Well, Power, that's one of my favorite.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's for this project, front to back, man. I'm feeling everything. I ain't gonna lie to you. So. You got 3 Blessings, Vow, Walk With Me, Pretty Ugly Tale, Hustle Me, Power, Love Up, Niggas Know. And we have a little funny skit in there for y'all. And Sniff, Bruce Leroy, which is probably going to change a lot of people's, you know, they're going to be like, yo, what's Bruce Leroy? And Black Lives Matter. So I think it's just a full old compilation, a nice little collection of songs.
Well, it sounds like you literally have something for everyone, and that's really important, especially nowadays. I think even Howie mentioned this, is that there's so much going on, whether we're looking at the racial climate, the political climate, the pandemic, like we're all going through this together, no matter what side of the fence that you're on. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, we need something that will truly inspire us and keep us motivated and keep us connected in a good way, in a positive way.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's where hip hop, you know, that's where it comes from. But a lot of people, you know, everybody wants to make money, no doubt, but don't forget about the culture and the essence of this culture called hip hop, because you got to talk about realism, like everyday life situation. A weekend is going to be there. You can turn up all the time, but that's what hip hop is really about. You're supposed to be inspiring people and touching people and talking about the real issues and stuff like that, because we need our theme music back.
I have to tell you, like, when I think about, you know, and maybe this is the girly side of me, but when I'm going through something, you know, I turn to music. When I'm sad, I turn to music. When I'm mad, I turn to music. When I'm
Exactly.
happy, I turn to music because it transports you. It's almost like when you have that man and he smells good and you remember that essence of what he was like, and you're just like, oh yeah,
Okay.
those are the good times. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Oh, did I go too far? I'm sorry.
That's
But when I say that, it's like, you know, music, it transports you. But basically what I'm trying to say is music transports you, and it's something that is universal. You don't even have to speak literally the same message, if you will, or same language, but you feel the beat, you feel, you know, the vibe of everything. And it's something to be said about that. So I want to digress a little bit. I want to go back to way back when you were in church and, you know, you're listening, you know, obviously you've been inspired by music, but then you also got that book. Yeah. You wanted to hear, like, I don't know who inspired you. So maybe you can start off by telling us that, who inspired you musically. But I realized that, you know, coming from church, because I'm a church girl myself, born and raised in the church. But, you know, I mean, there's those things that, you know, secular music, it brings us out of, quote unquote, the covenant of our, you know, of what it is to be in the church. But it also, it gets you to move. Right. I like to say it's where I get my exercise from. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you made that transition from going from gospel and music that was rooted in the church to now you have not only your own record label, but you have 6 albums collectively between the two of you under your belt. Let's talk about that. How did we get here?
Well, me, I was kind of a little nerd in church at first. You know what I'm saying? I was
not you, not the nerd.
Yeah, I was a little nerd. I was a little geek boy. I was probably a little shy up until I was a teenager. And you know, we had the youth choir stuff going on and speeches. Everybody know about them days, and vacation Bible school and all that stuff. Yeah, so I started. Well, bruh played drums, and first off, we played drums in the kitchen of mom's pots and pans all day. So we was doing that first. Then when we get to church, you know how we got a little older, of course, and we started playing drums. So then I was kind of like, when I say the nerd, I like the technology and stuff. So I like the tapes, the record players and stuff like that. I was attracted to that. So Pops, you know, had a lot of tapes, and we used to record church. So I used to sit with the guy who recorded service, you know what I mean? So that got me into the music part of recording. So then bro was into the drums, you know, so I played a little bit of drums sometimes for the youth choir and all that. And bro played piano and drums, sometimes the organ a little bit. He played around, but mostly drums.
Okay.
So then as we got older, I'm not gonna lie, for me to transition to hip hop, bruh was the first person to, and when I say bruh, I mean Howie T, people. He brought home, like, you remember the tapes, the zip up little box suitcase where you put the tapes in there back in the 90s?
I had one of those.
Well, exactly. So he used to bring them home, and he was actually listening to rap because I was too young, you know, NWA days and all that stuff. I was still coming up around that time. And then I used to be like, man, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? So he used to like put me on Special Ed and Rock Him, KRS-One, and all these people. I'm loving it, you know? So that's when I started to hear that side of music, you know? And I never really was a singer in the choir. I did it in the youth choir, but never as an adult or a teenager. I just did it in the youth. And then I told Mama I don't really like to sing, you know? So,
but I heard a little birdie told me you have some pipes. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, really? I guess I can hold a note. Okay, or I can hold a note, but I ain't no singer. Let me say that.
Can't even find the note. So you're doing a whole lot better than me.
Yeah, so that was pretty much it. And then A-Ball and MJG, that's who I pretty much stuck to first. NWA, of course. Jay-Z is really, when he came about, was a good inspiration for me. And but a lot, man. I listened to a lot of music. Like the inspiration for the cover of the album for me was Nirvana. So that's rock.
Wow,
If you
I
remember,
love it.
Nirvana, they had the baby in the water. That was their cover. Like I listen to music, so I don't really listen to just one genre.
Okay.
So that was an inspiration for me too. So yeah, a lot. I just listened to a lot of music. I used to mess with my dad's 8-track, his record player, the phono. I used to go back and forth, and people don't know about putting a little tape over the holes of the tapes and all that stuff. I had my own basement, like Big Ticket, back on Lincoln. People used to come by, we freestyle. Like I used to do all that on my block for real. So that was my inspiration. And shout out to Lifeline Inc. because they brought me back to hip hop when I went to school and really got it, kind of gave up a little bit. And when I heard my brother Lifeline Inc. was in M-Dub Records, that kind of inspired me to get back in it. I'm like, yo, I ain't going to school no more. I skipped them 2 years. After them 2 years, I was done. Yeah, I got back into music. So pretty much that was my whole story of how it became from church to hip hop.
Well, Howie, I want to have you go ahead and jump on there anywhere that you feel like you could fill in, because I see that you have obviously, and this is something that speaks volumes about the two of you. And I mean, not just because we're family, but honestly, the brotherhood is everything to me. And if you can do what you love and you do it with your family, but not only your family, but your brother, that has to speak volumes to you. And it has to be those projects where you are collaborating. And even when you've had your own, solo projects, I know that you all still work together and support each other. And so that has to be pretty incredible to expand upon the brotherhood and the relationship that you guys already have.
Indeed. It's always, been a family affair. I'm so strong with it. Like it's crazy. Like me and bro, we were some couple of years apart, but still like just, growing up the way we grew up around family, and it's in the DNA. You know what I'm saying? It's honestly, my pops had he had a singing group, him and his brothers and sisters.
Really? Uncle Howard had a singing group? I want to know about this.
They had their own singing group and went on actually, television a couple of times, and they never pursued it to the point where it became, a super professional thing. But it's just the fact that it's been in my blood my entire life, been in DZ blood his entire life. It's just what it is. It's in your DNA, And one of our songs, DZ, he kicks it off with, is some of y'all need to stop praying for something that you got to be born with. And that's just the truth. Most of us is, you can't help, we was born with this, sometimes, and even sometimes people that's born with certain things, they don't even know what to do with it yet because they don't recognize the gift that they've been given. So we was born with this. So it is what it is. But just growing. When I say growing up in church, church was, to this day is still awesome. Church is awesome. Me as a kid growing up and watching all the older, my Uncle Jerry, rest in peace, my cousin Jeannie, rest in peace, and watching them sing and perform. Like, people think you just in church or what, you ain't performing. Well, every time you stand in front of a group of people, you perform.
Performance, exactly.
Yeah, it might not be.
No matter 5 or 1,000.
It might not be getting paid, or it might not be for certain circumstances that come with it, but you're performing. So when I used to see her sing, and the electricity and the vibe that came from it, and when I see my auntie Dorothy sing, and I see my auntie Alice sing, and I see my uncle Jerry sing, our cousins, our Will's cousins, up in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? They got a family group, and it's just like, good grief, man. Like, man, I got to get a piece of that. You know what I mean? I need to know what that feel like. You know, I need to, you know, that's just a great feeling that people sit back and rock to you like that, whether it be gospel or secular. Like you said, it's just a great feeling to put people in a mood where they're just, you know, one thing that I have come to realize that two things that bring people together is comedy and music.
Say it
Most
again.
of all, music. But, you know, comedy and music, man, without that, I don't know where we would be in life. So watching them grow up in the church and sing in the church, it just inspired me to, you know, start doing, you know, my own thing and start developing myself into, you know, an artist. And, you know, the first time I ever performed in church and just the reception that you get, you know, not saying that I was on some showboat, but it's just, really, you know, I didn't even think I could sing. I didn't think I was that good, but you know, people will let you know.
But you know what? I would just say your hardest critics are not only your family, but it's the folks that are in your church family. And they'll let you know, because I can remember, you know, I stood up in front of the church a time or two myself. Now, granted, you know, I heard there was, look, Sister Perkins was in the front telling me, sing for Jesus, baby. And then I'm sure under her breath, she was like, that child, she knows, at least she knows her memory verses, right?
Sister Perkins.
Right.
But I say that to say that when you, and I think you started off with saying this, when you are blessed with a talent, and you let that go untapped, shame on you for that. And I can tell you, the two of you are not untapped. You guys are out here, you're producing beautiful music, but not only are you producing, baby, but not only are you producing beautiful music, is that you don't forget your roots. You don't forget where you come from. You don't forget you're inspiring others. And that means so much. So I'm gonna just say this, and I hope you'll oblige me. I hope I can use my cute girl privilege for this.
Go ahead.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
Well, I just want to know, can I get a little sample, a little acapella or something? Like just a little. I mean, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but.
Oh man, right? Like really? That's what we doing? That's what I got to look forward to.
Look, that's what we're doing. My platform. That's what we're doing. I'm just saying that.
That's what we doing. Already.
Oh man. Let me see. Where should we go with? Man, y'all killing me right now. Right.
That's what all the people in the church, they can sing. And then they're like, I don't know if I can do this, but let me see what I can do. And then they blow you out the water. So go ahead and blow us out the water, Howie T.
Right.
Blow us out the water, Howie T.
Please, Howie T.
You're so stupid. You're stupid.
We're out the hood now, G.
G. Indeed. All right. Well, you know, let me go ahead since you know the audience is always, you know, the focus is on the female. So, you know, it's always good to sing to the ladies.
I'm here for it.
That was another inspiration. That's another inspiration for it all too. You know, you see the reaction of the ladies. So I don't care who you are. You love the reaction. Tell me what kind of man can treat a woman so cold, treat her like she's nothing when she's worth more than gold. Girl, to me you're like a diamond, and I love the way you shine. $100 million treasure, I give the world to make you mine. Oh, take you to a beach of jet black sand. Put a string of pearls right in your hand. Nothing is forbidden as we touch. Oh, baby, I wanna do all the things your man won't do. I'll do them for you.
Well, all right then. Come through, Howie T. Come through.
Come through.
All day. All day.
I love it. And that's the sign of a true musician that will, on the spot.
You do.
I love it. I'm here for it. And you sounded amazing. So thank you for that.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Great.
So turn around is fair play. Let me just start saying that. And I also know that Big DZ can spit a few rhymes. So I'm just saying. I mean, you got albums, okay? Albums.
Let me start one of my favorite ones. Let me see. She went from 100 to 50,000 likes in 1 week, all because she put her right ass cheek on the sink. She getting a little thicker now. Yep, guys is noticing. Yeah, females too. This world is opening up to Sodom and Gomorrah level. I'm going too deep. Let me put down this shovel. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there.
I love it. I appreciate you all so much for just obliging me with that. I appreciate it. And that's all a cappella without all the extras behind them. And let me tell you, the music is fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
It is fire, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Love it. I love
appreciate
it.
You for real.
So let me ask you, gentlemen, this. You have this new project that's dropping this weekend. I mean, it's Valentine's Day weekend.
Yo.
About to get a little personal.
Yeah.
It's a little personal.
Yo.
So, is there special ladies in your life that inspire the music that you all do?
Yeah. Everybody. All of them.
All of them.
Right.
Well, can you break it down for us a little bit?
all the relationships.
Well, me personally,
man. Yeah, everything you've been through, you know, it writes your story. The people don't understand, like, we all unique. People don't really realize that God made you, but you different.
Yeah.
Every person in this world is different. So if something happened right now, if somebody came in and, you know, I don't mean to be crazy, but say somebody just came in and drove through a house right in front of me, you, and Howie right now. If they drove through the house, when the police come or if somebody asks you what happened, we're going to tell the same story, but it's all going to be different. You're going to say it this way. I'm going to say it this way. The details will be different, but it's the same story. So, man, you know, that's just how we are, man. We all different. We all got our own little ways of putting out our music and doing what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I love it. Well, you know, I'm still going to remain on the personal because I appreciate that very general assessment and I appreciate it. But, you know, of course, you know, I get this a lot of time, especially when I have handsome gentlemen on my platform. I get the DMs and people are like, who is that? And especially since y'all are dropping, you know, you doing bars and you're singing, they're going to want to be like, okay, is he single? Like, what's happening? So, I mean, you can throw that out there if you like.
Oh, well, you know me, I definitely, you know, I'm a single, you know, I'm a single bachelor. I'm looking for somebody to love me to death. You know.
Okay.
Pretty much, you know, put me in a position where I can stop smiling.
Okay. So we have one single and one taken, I heard.
I'm taken. I'm taken.
Yeah, bro.
I can see why she snatched you up. I mean,
I got a boo thing. Oh, I appreciate that. Because
absolutely.
I'm winning and she winning.
I'm sorry. You know, that's the big cousin in me. I just had to come through, you know.
Hey, you know, look, first off, we don't do interviews, so this is exclusive. This is like you had to be special to do the interview.
I love it. Okay, so on another personal level, we just got finished having the Super Bowl. I didn't watch it. I'm gonna be honest, because as you can see, I'm about to lynch. But anyway,
you're a Raiders fan.
I'm a Raiders fan. And even though they're in Las Vegas now, they're always going to be the Oakland Raiders to me because they always come home. But we won't go into that. They always come home. But with that being said, who were you guys rooting for on Sunday?
I was rooting for Kansas City. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, Kansas City.
I was rooting for Kansas City, but you know.
Yeah, I was going for the young boy. But you can't deny the GOAT, man. You know that boy Tom Brady Tom
Brady is a beast. I'm not gonna lie, he is definitely a beast out there.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's something different. Yeah,
it's official. He's the GOAT.
It's official. You heard it here. He's a GOAT.
He's
Yeah.
the
No
GOAT.
matter where. So I
I
have to
gotta
ask you.
all you old school cats and all you semi old school cats, y'all gotta lay it down. You gotta put down the Renos, you gotta put down the Joe Montanas.
Right,
It's
he
a
the
wrap.
GOAT, man.
Tom Brady is the GOAT.
After this Super Bowl, nobody can deny that he's the GOAT.
This is
He the
facts.
GOAT.
So I only watched the highlight reels because I just wasn't into it. And I was kind of catch up on Housewives of Atlanta, but that's beside the point. But
Okay.
when I say this, you're absolutely right. You cannot deny his athleticism, his leadership, and everything. And I'm gonna segue that back to you all because there is a great deal of leadership that's involved in not only owning your own record label, not only having several projects that are under your belt, not only being who you are, not only in our family, but pillars in the community. And, you may have hailed from Kankakee, Illinois, but you've taken that musical genius all over the world, all over the United States. But now you guys are all domiciled in Atlanta, Georgia, and you're giving them a little taste of what the Keez, as you say, affectionately, has. And that says a lot. It says a lot. I feel like you guys have definitely put your musical style and also put Kankakee on the map because you come from a long line of amazing people, and I know this personally. But beyond that, you gentlemen are very talented and very family oriented, and I'm just in awe of your talents. I really truly am.
I appreciate it. I'm in awe of your podcast. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So we on the same level as far as being in awe.
Thank you. That means a lot. They say your family can be your hardest critics, but they can be your biggest supporters. And
definitely.
I'm here for it. I think one of the biggest projects that when I first got introduced to your music was, I think it was No Airplay. Okay. And I was just like, okay, little cousins. And I say that jokingly. They're like 6'20". They're super tall. I'm like, I'm 4'10" and 3/4. But I say that in the sense that, there's this sense of pride that I have when it comes not only to family, but beyond that, when you know that someone you put a lot into it, and whether your music got play from 10 people or 10 million people, I feel like you guys have the tenacity to want to continue to do what you love to do. I earnestly feel that you guys do music because you love music and you love what you do. Oh yeah.
If one person come to me and say I made an impact on their life as far as the music and stuff, and I've had more than one, I'm not gonna lie to you, but just one is gratifying for me. Like it just makes me feel good, you know what I mean? And that's why I do it, because with no audience or with the audience, me and bro feel the same way. We're gonna continue to do what we do. And I want to be inspired to anybody who's out there who's young or old. And it don't matter, man. Just do what you do. As long as you can pay your bills and take care of yourself, go for it, man. The sky's the limit, man. So just continue to do what you want to do, man. It's never too late as long as you're taking care of yourself and you can try to push yourself to complete those goals or dreams or whatever. So,
Truly inspiring. I have to agree with you on that, DZ. And to be honest with you, I think in terms, like, I think I started off with saying, is that music, it's an inspiration. It's something that transports you, whether you're in a state of sadness, happiness, anger, uncertainty. Because I have to admit, sometimes I tap into music and be like, okay, what did she say she did?
Right.
I bust the windows out your car. Ow! I'm kidding.
Jasmine Sullivan.
I love me some Jasmine Sullivan, okay?
I don't condone this, ladies.
But I say that to say, like, music is that thing. It's that thing that's universal.
You're right. Yeah, it's that feeling.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It definitely
absolutely.
is a feeling.
It definitely is. You have to. One thing people don't understand is, like we get it all the time. Like, I love it. When me and bro will sit back and talk and be like, cats always like, y'all still doing music? Like, still doing music. Like that's a bad thing. But no one can measure
my passion. No one can measure your passion. No one, don't let anybody ever put a measuring stick or a measuring rod on your passion. You continue to push and fight and grind to the point where it pleases you and makes you happy. Then therefore it transforms into making other people happy, because I think we get so caught up in, if this ain't happening for you, then why are you still doing it?
Right.
There's a level of things that ain't happening for a lot of people, and they continue to do so. And they're not even passionate about it. But
yeah.
When your passion drives to do what you do, there's no end result. There's no end day. There's no end time. There's no clocking out or clocking in. It's just, this is what I do. This is what
I'm not looking for a reward.
So if you can't, if you're not understanding that, then you don't get it anyway. Because simple fact is, nobody could ever measure your passion, and I think that's why a lot of people gravitate to us, because simple fact is, we don't care who you are, we don't care where you are, we don't care what you think. We're gonna be us. We're gonna stay us. We're gonna do us, and we're gonna do it to the fullest. And it's FOTP. We so us.
Mud life.
Full life, and that's just what it is.
I am so glad that you guys brought up Mud Life and FOTP. So FOTP, if no one knows this yet, is Friends of the Program.
Yeah.
Right?
Talk
and
to
Mud Life, I'm gonna let you all explain this. So I had to break it down, because like I told these amazing musicians, I needed to understand what it is that created this whole situation y'all got going on. So the way I understand it is, FOTP is Friends of the Program. That's also your record label, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Also Mud Life. Let's get into that, because as a young lady, I was a little confused on Mud Life, but I'm here to learn. School me. Let me know what the Mud Life is.
Mud Life is the lifestyle, man. Mud Life is an acronym. It's money under the table. Who does not know about money under the table? Everybody knows about money under the table. So it's a lifestyle. Like, if you all about that Mud Life, making a little extra change on the side, Uncle Sam don't need to know about that. You know what I'm saying? Quiet though. So that's what it's about. Mud Life. Like, everybody got a little change. You cutting grass, you Mud Life. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
Mud Life back in the day. I was Mud Life.
You ain't putting that 20 you cut Sister Johnson grass on the taxes. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing that. We're just gonna keep it real. So Mud Life is about that. Like, get what you gotta do, get your money on the side or whatever, a little hustler, do what you do. That's what Mud Life is. It's a lifestyle. Yeah.
I got it. So Mud Life is the lifestyle. FOTP is what's paying the bills. It's the record label. And Chris Leon to her
is the group.
Is the group.
Yeah.
And so break down the group for us. Break down the name in the group.
Okay. Chris being my middle name.
Hey, Chris.
Actually, it's Christopher. Let me say
hey, Christopher.
And then Leon is bro's middle name.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to do it. I got to do it. So that's Howard, Leon, Wills, Junior. And I understand you don't forget the Junior.
Don't forget
the Junior.
Absolutely. So it's Chris, Leon, to her, and her being hip hop.
I love it.
Yeah.
There's always meaning behind everything, and it's amazing. It's much like any other art. It's all in the perspective of how you view it. But then when you have that context behind it and you give us a feel of where you're coming from and how you got there, and then I still have my own interpretation, it's amazing. It just, again, transports you. And
exactly. And let me go on record and say how we came up with that.
Okay.
How we came up with that. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. And Jeezy came up with Friends of the Program.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Friends of the Program, when I first heard it, it sounds very official. I was thinking like you're going to walk in and say, James.
Yeah.
FOTP.
Yeah,
I love
FOTP.
We
Whatever your program is.
ourselves on making good relationships with people. And when you have a brand that not just allows itself to be, everybody wants to be financially, blissful, but when you have a brand that also connects to people and people can associate with it because they know the positivity and the energy and the electricity that comes from it is going to somehow infuse them into doing better. It's a wonderful thing.
I wholeheartedly
everybody
believe that.
eats when it foods with us.
Everybody eats.
Right. I want everybody to, I don't want one person to get it. I don't want this one person. No, I want everybody to be successful. If I got a team of 20, I want everybody to be successful. I don't want, 2 people to be successful and take care of 18 other people. No, I want all 20 to be successful. That because simple fact is when everybody eat, everybody doing their job, everybody working, we all got to eat. And when everybody doing their job and everybody working and everybody hustling and everybody money under the table, we getting it in.
The janitor is just as important as the principal.
That part.
Part.
I'm a firm believer of relationship building, and that's kind of what my platform is built on. A lot of the people, as you've seen, I've had people that have been, CEOs and owners of major corporations to literally someone who's just starting off and having their business, much like myself. I always have had a side hustle. And with that being said, is it's like there's something to be learned in everyone's journey and everyone's story. And I'm just pleased that you all blessed me with this opportunity I even felt like I've learned some new things that I didn't know about you all individually, but also collectively. And that's really important. It's really important to be able to have that connection. So I thank you for that. But beyond that, I always love to give my guests an opportunity, one, to shout out anybody they want to shout out. And then also, I want to make sure that people know how to find you. So whoever wants to start off first with that, first of all, shout out whoever you want to shout out. And then also let us know how we can find, because this album is dropping this week in Valentine's Day weekend.
All right, I'll go first, bro. Oh, yeah. Shout outs. My shout outs go to Pop's mom. Oh, first, God first. Pop's mom, bro. Then we gonna go to Chili Sauce 33, Mad Styles, GLA, Freight Nitty, the whole Dub Records, Committee, YP, who else we gonna go? Nicky Dog, Matt Buddy, Lando, Sting Dino. Let me see. It's going. Lottie Dottie for sure. My auntie Doris, Stacy, Jaretha, Lightfoots. I don't want to miss nobody. These are important people.
Absolutely.
Stanker, my boy Angelo, T.R. God Pelly. Let's see. I got more.
The Chicken Shack, because I was there a couple weeks ago.
The Chicken Trap. I was missing Kankakee folks, so this is the ATL.
Okay.
The Chicken Trap, Mr. Everywhere, Drew X. Then my rap buddies, Lifeline Inc. Yeah, that's it. That's where we going. We going right there with that. Howie T, it's on you.
It's on me. Well, I'm gonna piggyback off. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna shout out to my man's GLA. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna shout out to Yaquanis. Adams out there doing her thing. Trust me, she's running for alderman in the Keys. Do your thing. I'm with you. I got you. Nitty, indeed. Dre, what's happening? Icy Dre, I want to say what's up. Like you said, Lightfoot, some of my people, to my fam. Mr. Everywhere, We So Us. Big Rig, Lifeline Inc., Pipes, Demo, Yasi, downtown Atlanta, cutting hair, doing his 1-2, him and Wifey doing their 1-2. Just, all the fam. I know I ain't going to be able to say everybody, but, shout out to Ed Hartwell, my Shout out to the motherfucking pig lady. You know what I'm saying? Cheryl. Shout out to Arlene, Candy. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to my partners. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all my people, man, that support us, that's been supporting us, still down with us, still doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna rise to the top together. We're gonna get there. You know what I'm talking about? Now, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to get the music, you get the music all over the place. Tidal, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes. You know, the website is not officially up, but it will be officially up come this week. It's FOTPworld.com. The merch, Chris Leon to her, FOTP, Mutt Life. Everything is going to be on the website where you can get it. It will be available. You know, you can put your order in. You can put whatever you want. We make special orders too. It's going to cost you, but don't get mad at it. Pay what you weigh. You know what I mean?
Hey, why would you want to be a part of it?
So, you know, we good with it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to send it to you. We ain't going to be lackadaisical with it. You're going to get it when you order it, and that's just what it is. So holla at your boy, man. We're just doing what we do, you know.
I love it.
Brothers that came together and tried to put an entrepreneurship together and just trying to do things that, you know, people need to see in the right way.
Say that last part one more time, because say it again.
Hey, just two brothers trying to do things that people need to see being done the right way.
The right way.
The right way.
Yo, and I wouldn't be right if I didn't quote something my mother would always say. Start how you want to finish. Start how you want to finish.
That's right.
Indeed.
And I would just leave it at
that. Well, gentlemen, I have to tell you, I am utterly I always say this, I'm the fan club president. I'm very proud. Not only am I very proud, I enjoy the music. I'm transported by the music, and I would be remiss if I did not support you, not just because we're family, but because you guys are doing great things. You are doing great things, not only in the community, but you take care of those like in that Mutt life, you know, you make sure everybody eats, and that means something. And let's face it, we need that more than ever. Right now, we see that. And I have to tell everyone, I was very blessed. I was out there a little over a week ago, and I got to see firsthand what goes into that, and just your ties to and you know, sister, she loves her some food. And so I was blessed when I got that dinner. It was delicious. I was well taken care of.
Where you get it from?
Where you get it from? The chicken trap.
The chicken trap. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little like, wait, what? Hey. And then when I got there, I was just like, this is some of the best culinary I've ever had in my whole entire life.
Mr. Heroin, we so was chicken trap. It's popping in the ATL.
It was popping. It was definitely popping. And beyond that, the hospitality was just, it was everything. And I can honestly say this as well, is that I was very fortunate to get a pre-listen, if you will, to the album, and it's fire. And I'm not just saying that because this is family, but I'm just telling you, a lover of music, a lover of just having some sort of connectivity to what you're listening to. And I had that, and I'm just, my hat's off to you both. Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I thank you. I thank you both for coming and blessing my platform. I thank you for, giving us something to look forward to, because it's tough out here. We have to admit it. It's very tough out here, but I'm very fortunate to have this to look forward to for Valentine's Day weekend. So you know what? Turn up, download, and definitely hit us back. Let them know what you think of their project. I think they want to hear it. I already know it's all good. It's not going to be bad, but definitely give them that feedback and let them know exactly that, you're here to support, because I know that I am. And before we close out, I always say, it's important for us to look out for each other, which obviously you guys are doing in more ways than one. But beyond that, you always have to look out for each other, but you also have to take care of yourself. So with that being said, keep it all about the experiences.
All about the experiences, baby.
And keep it beautiful music, baby. Come back, download. Let us know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
February 12th. Y'all go get that. February 12th.
February 12th.